Hi and welcome to the channel. My name is Evie V and I help people become the best versions of themselves. In today's video we're going to talk about why raw and why so extreme, I hear you say, and many people say this to me all of the time. I used to get this before raw when it was just being vegan. That's less so, especially with how easy it is to be vegan now with so many vegan products around, and more people are vegan, so it's kind of more accepted and more restaurants cater for that kind of thing. But when it comes to raw, it's a whole different ball game because it's not catered for in a lot of places. In the supermarket, there's just, you know, the generally the bit at the beginning, and that's done it on purpose as well, so that you feel healthy when you get in. You get all your health stuff first. It's all clever marketing with that. But some places, some stores don't even accommodate for raw whatsoever. Some restaurants won't really accommodate for that whatsoever at all. And the reason why it's seen as extreme is just because we're so not geared up for this at all. This is kind of how we're going to progress and how we're going to move forward collectively as a consciousness, and how we're going to expand. Because this is really getting back in tune with nature's way, and when we're getting back in tune with what we're designed to eat, it's really not extreme at all. It is just because the world's not ready for us yet. So the reasons why I ended up on this journey, I got here through inspiration. I am in the minority here. Many people who end up on the raw journey, in the raw community, approximately about 95% of people who end up having a raw lifestyle like I am now is through desperation. Desperation meaning that they've got to this point with their physical health that their body has been forced to take this healthier path of having the foods that are right for us and the foods that we're designed to eat. And only 5%, approximately 5%, like myself, get there through inspiration. So not only is eating raw diet a huge minority anyway, to then be in this percentage where I've not got that kind of there is no turnaround, I was going to say, like where I can say, oh, this is because I had this condition and then I started eating all these foods and I've healed that, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it is very healing, and raw foods are absolutely healing me, and the main compliment that I get is that people love my energy, and I think that's got to be down to the fact that I'm made up of raw foods generally, and those foods that are high vibrational foods. So that I don't have the story like that to tell, but I can be the lived experience to say how worth it is. I mean, it's not an easy path to be on, but the healing path, of course, it's not. Nothing that that's going to be worth it is ever easy. And as a society and as a human race, we tend to want the shortcuts. We want this instant gratification. Whereas the success actually lies in the delayed gratification. So for me, it wasn't straight away obvious. I've really had to change my mindset, but it's really helped me to overcome many of my addictions. I no longer binge on the sugars. I no longer, my mindset has switched. I no longer kind of impulsively buy something that isn't good for me. So I am in this 5%, as I was saying, and I really want to inspire other people to be on this journey with me. There's so much that we can do with raw foods, and if you start to look into it, all these delicious raw foods, I'm so keen on some more creatives to be on this journey with me. And then the more that this is in demand, the more restaurants are going to open, and basically this is how we're going to evolve, and this is how we're going to reach the next level. So we need more of us to understand the benefits of this and how it gives us higher vibrational foods. They give us the higher vibrational thoughts. It frees us from our cravings. So when I had this calling, I had this kind of this knowing that this was the path for me to choose. I saw it as it was going to be freedom in every sense of the word. So not only is it freedom from our cravings that control us, we all end up with a build-up of what's called mucoid plaque within the intestines, within the gut. And parasites can form here as well, and these parasites can really control us. So raw foods can actually eliminate all of the mucoid plaque over time, or we can do a juice fast to get that out at a quicker pace. I did do a juice fast, but I do need to return to it at some point. I'm not considering it at the moment. It might be more maybe spring equinox if I was to do that again. However, I am going to incorporate the main juice that I did on the juice fast, which was called a lemon ginger blast, which is the most detoxifying juice. And I'm going to incorporate that like daily or most days as often as I can. And the ingredients in that are celery, apples, cucumber, turmeric, ginger, lemon, parsley, coriander. You can add mint. I think that's all of it. But yeah, it's to detoxify us so that we then find it easier to be raw. But in the meantime, just starting off on the raw diet, incorporating more foods into your diet, you will notice how this is going to give you more energy in everything that you do, feel more vibrant. When we eat foods that are the colour of the rainbow, I mean, just look at the difference of the plate of kind of like the processed foods or even just cooked whole foods compared to what the vibrancy of the raw living foods. So I was saying, wasn't I, about the freedom, and I saw it as freedom in every sense, because since being on this raw journey, I have had so many more insights, so many more downloads. I have been able to leave my 9-to-5 job. I have been able to work differently so that I was able to follow passion more, and I can see, just new opportunities coming my way, and I just know that it's really helped by being on this diet, on the raw diet, having the raw living food. So they make you feel alive because you're having something with all those nutrients in and all the energy from the sun. So not only is that you're going to have the physical health, you're going to feel better physically, but then it's going to give you the mental clarity and the inspiration, the closer connection to source, which I've mentioned before. So then you're having more of these insights, and then you can get onto the right path, and then more opportunities will come your way. I was going to lead on to something else then as well. What was it to do with? Oh, I've lost my train of thought. I completely lost my train of thought then. I've had to put a cut in it. I don't normally do that, but yeah, I was kind of saying about the freedom that we find through this in every sense. And then I had this, this inspiration and this calling. The universe really pushed me on this path as well. There was just like quite a few things that made sure that it was aligned. Like even the juicer, they're quite expensive, but then one appeared on eBay, half price. It was in the local area, so I didn't have to pay for postage. And there was just lots aligned. The universe was definitely saying, this is the path that you're meant to be on. And as much as my love of cooked foods as anyone's is, oh my God, I'm so thankful that the universe put me on this path, and the friendships and the connections and everything that has come from this. So this is everything, really, really is. It begins with healing our gut. Then we can move forward with other things. It's a process. I mean, my gut's not completely healed. If you say it takes 7 years for us to regenerate our cells anyway, and then we're like a whole new person after the 7 years. But it's a process. It's a detoxifying process. But innately, we all know deep down that we need to detoxify. And just being conscious of what we eat, and that, we are what we eat kind of saying, because it goes into, our cells, and then that's what we become, because we are all energy at the end of the day as well. So as for me saying at the start, why so extreme? It's actually not extreme, that we're just getting back to what we're designed to do. We're the only species that cooks our food. Yes, this goes back tens of thousands of years, but that's when they first discovered fire, and we've not evolved to process that properly. Yes, cooked whole foods is far better than processed. I think we all know processed and sugars and that are keeping us sick. But yeah, if you really, really want to make changes and reach the next level, then it is raw foods. I didn't do baby steps with this either. That's what I just want to say. I didn't get to that desperate point where I really needed to drastically change my diet. And throughout this year, there's been plenty of times that I've had cooked again. I've had the odd bit of junk as well. It's not been a straightforward journey for me. But my mindset knows, innately, intuitively, I know that these are the right foods for us to be having. So I'm in like community, I have support. Many of us have these struggles too. And at the end of the day, I've now managed to bring it back. My mindset's there. You can't secret eat from the universe. We've got to tune into the frequency of that we want. And if we want to be in higher conscious beings, then we want to be eating the high conscious foods. So I think that was everything I wanted to bring to the video today. If you want to hear more from me, join my High Vibe Food Tribe over on Facebook. I will answer any questions on live stream for you there too. I also have a Beat Cravings action plan that you can download from evvactivist.com. I'll put the links below. And thank you all for being here, and I'd love to share this knowledge with you. Hope that you all join me on this journey. Put in the comments, actually, if any of you are raw and you have got here through inspiration. If you're in the 5% with me, I would love to hear from you. And let's make changes on this planet. Let's make changes and inspire others to be on this raw journey of health foods and feeling absolutely amazing through eating the right foods that are designed for us. Sending you all lots of love. See you soon.